Hello class 10. Let us move on with the lesson Ideas of History. We are learning the different branches of the study of history in modern times. Today we are going to discuss about the history of food habit and cuisines. That means how people have learned to cook. They have learned to cook from the early man stage, and from then onwards, man has started to evolve, develop his cooking skills. And we know that the food habits depend upon the climatic condition, geographical features, and the tastes and preferences of the people of an area. So we can learn about all these things by studying the food habits of a region. We can also learn that the same ingredients are used in many regions but having different names. Suppose noodles, chow mein, what we usually call them, or the pasta. So these are the same things made up of same ingredients, the flour and the eggs, but they have different names in different areas. In Europe it is known as pasta, it is known as spaghetti, it is known as macaroni, whereas in Southeast Asia it is sometimes it is simai for our Indians, sometimes it is noodles, sometimes it is something else. So the thing is the same. The main ingredient are the same, the flour and the eggs, and they have the different names. Now the people of a region or an area, they have their own preferences. Like the people in Bengal, they are more prone towards rice and fish. Rice and fish is the staple food of Bengal. Whereas in North India, it is the different kinds of pickles, dal, roti, and the leafy vegetables mostly. And then they consume more meat. And in southern part of our country, they prefer coconut and the tamarind pastes in their food, and their spices are also a bit different from the northern part of our country. So different areas have different kinds of food habits depending upon the climatic conditions and the geographical features, as well as the taste preferences of the people of that area. Now from the beginning, our ancestors, they did not know the use of potatoes or tomatoes. These vegetables have come to our country from Europe. The Europeans have brought them to our country. Now nowadays these vegetables are used in large quantities in all our food and preparations, and the use of broccoli, then mushrooms. These things our Indian people, they did not know. These things have come from outside of our country. The use of hing, or the use of onions, these things we have learned from the Muslims. Many spices, many kinds of ingredients, they have come from outside into our country, and we have adopted them in our food habits. So if we learn the history of food, we learn all these things. In Scotland, in Europe, they grow the oats in large quantities, and with the different kinds of oats, they make different kinds of cakes. Now, this is the reason that Scotland is known as the land of cakes. So in this way, we learn how the food habit has evolved, changed. Like right now, at present times, the people are more interested in eating out. That means they venture very frequently to the restaurants, and they taste different cuisines from different parts of the world. Sometimes they prefer Mexican, sometimes they prefer American, sometimes continental, sometimes Chinese. In this way, people always like to experiment with their food habits, and that going to the restaurant and eating out, this has come into the minds of the people at present time. So these things we learn from the history of food habits. If we learn the branch history of food, we come to know about all these things. Next, we move on to the history of performing arts. That means the history of music, dance, drama, and cinema. Now, for the music, we know that the hymns of Samaveda, they are the source of our Indian music. Then music has evolved from the common man. We are learning the social history. So if we move to the common man, we will find that many kinds of music have evolved from the common man. Like Tappa is the song of the camel riders in Punjab. This is considered nowadays, it is considered as one of the classical form of Indian music, but this is actually a folk music, tappa. And the music was promoted by Ghulam Nabi. And there is a classical song called Thumri. It is known that this Thumri actually had originated in the court of Nawab Wazid Ali Shah of Oudh, where the courtesans used to sing this song, poems rather, short poems, to praise the king. So this form of music, that Thumri music, has been popularized by Bade Ghulam Ali Khan. And in this way, there are different kinds of music that have originated. We learn about different kinds of dance form. Our country is a diverse country, and there are diverse forms of dances all over our country. Like in South India, in Tamil Nadu, it is famous for Krishnattam and Bharatnatyam. Then in Kerala, it is Kathakali. Then in Karnataka, it is Mohiniyattam. Kuchipudi in Andhra Pradesh. In Bengal, we are famous for Rabindra Nitya and Chhau Nitya. Chhau is the mask dance of Purulia. And we learn about the Bihu dance from Assam, the Odissi from Odisha. So these are the different forms of dances. Garba in Gujarat, Rajasthan. So these are different kinds of dance forms that are prevailing in our country. Next, we move on to the dramas, plays and dramas. the first incident or instance of drama we come across from Bharat Muni's Natya Shastra. And in Bengal, there have been many theatres established in the late 19th centuries, like National Theatre, Star Theatre, where the dramas of different writers used to be played. And next we move on to the cinema. The cinema in our country was started by Hiralal and Motilal Sen. And the first motion pictures, uh, motion pictures means running pictures, the video type pictures. They were started in France, in Paris. And our in our Bengal, Billo Mongol was the first Bengali feature film, and Raja Harishchandra is said to be the first Indian feature film. However, it was the feature film only directed and produced by the Indians. And the Raja Harishchandra was made by Dhundiraj Govind Phalke, popularly known as Dada Saheb Phalke. And it is also said that Pundalik was the first Indian feature film, but Pundalik, though it was the Indian feature film, but it was in collaboration with the British. So it was not totally Indian film, Pundalik. The film Raja Harishchandra is said to be the first Indian feature film by Dhundiraj Govind Phalke in the year 1913. And Dada Saheb Phalke, that is after Dhundiraj Govind Phalke, because he was the first to produce and direct Indian feature film. So the highest motion picture award in India is known as Dada Saheb Phalke, which is given to the film personalities for their outstanding achievements in this field. And we have the Oscar winning film director Satyajit Ray, the music director A.R. Rahman in our country. And there are many laudable film directors like Mrinal Sen, Ritik Ghatok, Govind Nihalani, then Adur Gopalakrishnan, Apurna Sen, Gautam Ghosh. There are many, Ritu Porno Ghosh. So we have a very glorious cultural history for our country. Next, we will move on to other branches later on.